What's going on, guys? This is Chris with Azrael's Pit Barbecue, and we are back. This is episode 3 of our Road to Brisket series, and today's cook is going to be inspired by Malcom from How to Barbecue Right and the Killer Hogs competition team. Let's get cooking. Now, I know it's been a while since we put a video up, but I'm really excited about today's cook. Malcom is a famous barbecue cook. He's really well known on the internet, he's well known on YouTube, and he's well known in the competition circuits. So I've watched a lot of his stuff, and it's really good, and I've tried quite a few of his recipes. He has several cooks around brisket, flats and packers and Texas style and competition style. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take pieces of all of those and put them into today's cook, plus the stuff that we've already learned from previous brisket cooks, and we're going to see what we're going to get. So let's take a look at this brisket and do a quick trim out. So as you can see, this brisket is getting trimmed out, and believe it or not, we trimmed off about 6 pounds on this thing. Sometimes you just get a really fatty brisket, and that's the way it goes. That's alright. We're still cooking right around 10 and a half and 11 pounds, and that should be plenty for this cook. So now we got the brisket all trimmed out. We're going to start with injection. Now, Malcom's videos, he does the injection last. He puts the seasonings on and then does his injection. I'm doing my injection first. I don't guess it matters. It's just personal preference. The theory for me is the injection could potentially wash off the seasonings if you put them on first. And 2, that extra moisture from doing the injection is now going to act as my binder for my seasonings. So we injecting this brisket with Malcom's recipe for his beef stock injection. And basically it's a beef stock with a little Worcestershire, or however you say it. And it's got a little bit of salt and some soy, and just however you want to do your stock base, if it's going to be something that requires water or if it's going to be something that is out of a can. So it was about 2 cups of that. We actually made a double batch because I'm going to try to use that with some of our rendered out juice at the end of the cook, see if I can make an au jus. Next up, we're going to put the first layer of dry seasonings on, and this is Malcom's all-purpose seasoning that we ordered from Killer Hogs. It's basically salt and garlic powder and onion powder and pepper and that kind of thing. So that goes on first. Nice little coat of that, and I will put it on both sides. Now the next layer is Malcom's or Killer Hogs barbecue rub, and it looks very similar to a barbecue rub that I would make. So no problem there. We're going to just lay that layer right on top of the AP rub, and now we've got 3 layers of flavor plus that beef. And lastly, and this did surprise me the first time I saw him do it, the top coat is going to be Montreal steak seasoning. And the reason why he does that is it just adds a little more interest, a little more texture, coarser salts, coarser peppers, that kind of thing. Hey, I get it, and I've never done a layering of seasonings of this nature, so I'm really excited to see how this all comes together. So, now that this thing's seasoned up, the pit's ready to go, we're going to go get to cooking. Alright guys, it is just about 3 a.m. and we've got the brisket on the pit. Now here in Franklin, Tennessee, we just had the remnants of Hurricane Harvey come through here a couple of days ago, and today's been the day after. So really interesting about that is it really cleared out, temperatures really dropped. So right now it is 55 degrees, and get this, 100% humidity. Clear skies, no rain. So what does that mean for our cook? Mainly it's going to mean watching this fire. High humidity is great for inside the chamber, but it can make for a dirty fire sometimes, so you've got to keep really good close eye on it until the sun comes up and this humidity goes down a little bit. Going to have a mid-80s high tomorrow. Expecting this cook to run till about 4 p.m. and then we're going to take it off and do a 2-hour rest. we'll see you at the halfway point. Alright guys, we are at the halfway point. Been about 7 hours. I'm ready to pull this brisket off and give it a wrap. Today we are going to use pink butcher paper for our wrap. A couple of reasons for that. One, want to try it. Two, the theory is that it's a bit more permeable. We'll let steam out. We'll still let a little bit of smoke in. And it doesn't have that braising, reflective heat cooking element to it. We'll let the pit continue to do its work and not do a Texas crunch. So we're going to get this brisket wrapped up, get it back on the pit, and we're going to keep on cooking. Alright guys, this brisket is done. We're ready to cut it up and have us some dinner. It took about an hour longer than anticipated, so we got done about 5 o'clock, and it got a 2-hour rest. So let's take a look, see what we got. Alright, right off the bat, I am immediately noticing, using the paper over the tin foil, you can see how this doesn't have a wet, mushy look to it, so that's nice. And I tell you what, it is just about ready to fall apart. I'm going to separate the flat from the point. So remember, flat was on top, point's on the bottom. Still a good amount of fat in here, but we'll see what we have once we get this separated. And just like that, there's our flat, and there is our point. This point may be a bit overcooked. It feels almost a little bit too mushy. Look at that. I'm not even wasting any time. Can't wait to try this. That is so good. Okay, I'm going to ask my audience a question. Do you want this chopped or do you want it cubed?
Cubed.
Cubed. All right. Let's cube this up then. Got a real nice smoke ring on it. Nice bark. That is fantastic flavor. Let me get this out of the way. And let's take a look at our flat. You can see how much this thing shrunk down. Very unfortunate that that brisket had to get trimmed off as much as it did. But this still looks really nice. Got a substantial bark here, don't I? Oh, it's tearing on me. See if I can get past this barky edge here. It's a little crusty through this thinner part that was right on top of that point. I want to cut these a little thick. I'll go ahead and throw this in my cube stuff. Alright, let's see what we got. Bends over nice. It's got a nice little tug to it. Let's see about our flavor. They're pretty good. The brisket might have actually gotten a little bit overcooked. It's feeling a little tiny bit dry and a little extra firm in here. But we'll blame that on me. That has nothing to do with Mr. Malcolm Reed. Alright, so let's recap what we did. We basically did a brisket based on a Malcolm Reed recipe from How to Barbecue Right. And we used his rubs, his layers of seasonings, as well as his injection. We also used the pink butcher paper to do our wrap. And we did a 2-hour rest. I'm going to call this good, feed some friends, and have a good rest of our Labor Day weekend. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe. Until next time, this is Chris with Azrael's Pit Barbecue. Keep that smoke rolling. We'll see you later. This came out a little dry, honey. I'm a little sad.